Everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Gene. If you like this video, I would super appreciate a thumbs up, and if you would like to be notified when I upload new content, hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Senreve Maestra bag. I'm going to talk a little bit first about my journey with Senreve. It must have been about a year ago. A girlfriend of mine had texted me a link to the Senreve site, the Maestra bag, and she said, "Oh my God, this bag is beautiful. You should get it." I went to the website. After some consideration, I thought this brand just isn't for me, and I moved on. Last year in 2020, my mom and I were supposed to go to Vienna and Paris for our birthdays. Mine's in June, hers is in July. I go to Vienna every summer. It's my soul city. But I thought, and my mom has been going with me for the past several years. She just turned 81 this year. But I really thought she has to see Paris. So we had booked Vienna and Paris. It got canceled. So in June, as soon as I heard France opened up, I was literally like booking everything. But since the last time I traveled was 2 years ago, and back then I really wasn't into bags, and I had been using this Samsonite little gray bag as my everyday carry bag, and it was a great little bag, and I've used it for years and years. But I decided I wanted something a little more elevated. And then, as I started searching, one day across my Instagram feed, the Senreve doctor bag, their post about the doctor bag popped up, and I was like, oh, that actually looks like a cool bag. So I purchased that bag in this beautiful marine blue color. Now, I did an unboxing video of this bag, and if you watched that, you will know that my initial interaction with Senreve was a disaster is really a harsh way to say it, but I almost dumped the bitch before I even took her out on one date. But I decided I'll give her a chance, and after a couple of dates, I was sold on this bag. I will do a review of it at some point and talk about what I use it for. But sadly, it wasn't going to work as an everyday bag because the straps attach on opposite corners, and the shoulder strap is even thinner than the strap on the handle, and it doesn't have any padding, and it's kind of big and awkward. So the search continued, but since I loved that bag, I decided I would get the mini Maestra bag as my everyday carry-around bag, and I did. I used it all day, every single day. It was wonderful. I'm going to do a review on that, but I got this at a really great time. A friend of mine, my best friend actually, was getting married in July, and I was in the wedding, so there were people in town. There was just lots of stuff going on. I took this bag with me to every single event, dinner. I took it out a few other times with just other friends, and I freaking loved this bag. So I decided that I would get the bigger size Maestra bag as a work or carry-on bag. And this is it right here. I got it in the vegan leather, the taupe color. I chose the vegan because of the color. They have a ton of colors in different types of leather and a few in the vegan style. I really wanted the taupe color because I feel like this will go with everything, and if I'm using it for a work bag, if I'm wearing black shoes, brown shoes, blue suit, black suit, gray suit, whatever, this color I think will go with it all, and I really just don't like mixing blacks and browns, so I settled on the taupe color, and it happened to be in the vegan leather. Now this does retail for $895, but as a tip, you can easily find a $50 off discount code on YouTube. You just type in Senreve discount code, and you will see a bunch of reviewers who actually have discount codes in their descriptions, and they work. Of course, this is non-sponsored. I don't know how you actually get sponsored videos, if it's number of subscribers or views or whatnot, but I certainly haven't been approached by anyone to sponsor a video, so I don't have a discount code, but if you're interested in their bags, just type in Senreve discount code. Look at the first video, the description, there'll be a discount code in there and it will work. So I got it for $50 off. Before I dive in, I have this packed up as sort of travel and work. The only difference is I didn't bring my laptop on the plane with me, and that's in here because I would bring it to work, and I don't carry my water bottle to work. So that's in here because I did when I traveled. So I'll show you how everything fits inside and why I took it to work once before I left. I took it on the plane. I love it. I think it's the best travel carry-on bag I have ever used, and I also think it's one of the best work bags. It's quite heavy now because it's full, but I do want to talk about the dimensions because there's a lot of dimensions to talk about here. So the width at the base here is 12.25 inches. The width at the top here is 16 inches. The height is 10.25 inches. This drop handle here is 3.5 inches. Now it does fit over the crook of your arm. Obviously, it's not going to fit over your shoulder. The adjustable strap here can go, it says between 14.5 and 20 inches, but I have it in the lowest, or this is going to be the largest strap size because I have it in the furthest hole. I don't even know how to say that. There's no way to make this. No, there is actually. I have a few more holes. Sorry. So I don't know. It seems a lot longer than 20 inches to me already. I haven't measured it. The depth is 6.75 inches and the weight is 3.01 pounds. So it is not the lightest bag, but I did find that carrying it over the shoulder with the shoulder strap was perfectly fine despite how heavy this is. I'll show you everything I have in here. But it's got a nice leather piece here that widens the strap. It's not padded, but it is comfortable enough, and the doctor bag doesn't have this. The doctor bag is just this thin strap. The Maestra, Luna, Aria belt, they all have a nice shoulder strap here. So it isn't the lightest bag by any means, but I love the functionality of it and the design of it. The reason why I didn't think this was going to be the brand for me was because of the design. Because to get into it, first you have this buckle here, and it does allow you to use it in two different settings. I've only used it in the tighter one. The lower one is tight, brings the bag in tighter. The upper one gives you a little more room. I would assume if you had it more stuffed that this would come in handy. But you have to undo that. Then you have this flap. Then you have this zipper here. So you have to go through three things to get into it. And I just thought that was going to be too much of a hassle, but it honestly wasn't when I was using the mini Maestra, and that's why I ended up getting this. One thing I actually, surprisingly, how am I trying to say this? This came in surprisingly handy actually on the plane, this design, because typically when I put a bag under the seat, the bottom part goes obviously furthest away from me. Sorry, I knocked the camera. With the top part closest to me so I can just grab a handle and pull it up. Now what happens with me usually with straps is it's hard to tuck them in there and keep them in place, and then they fall on the floor and your feet are on them. And I was on the way to Cancun once and I had actually put my bag in. It was a different bag the other way because the strap was driving me nuts. And then I went to get something out of it mid-flight and the strap had tangled around something under the seat in front of me, and it took me like 20 minutes using my feet to get it out. So straps can be annoying, but what I did was I undid this here, and this bag is so heavy with all my stuff in it. I should have shown you all this after I showed you all what fit in here and emptied it out, but give me just a second here. What I did was I put the strap under this, And then when I put it under the seat in front of me, the strap didn't get in my way at all. So kind of a little surprise thing that came in handy with the design. Now I will show you the inside and everything that fits in here, and it has such good organization that it just kept everything so organized, and it was so easy to get to on the plane. So I'm gonna try to do this the best that I can. It's so heavy, but there's let me do this first, get these laptops and iPads out there, but there's a laptop sleeve here. You can see there's a button clasp, and I was able to button it with both things in there. The first thing I have in here is my work laptop. It's a 13-inch, and then my 10.5, 10-inch, I don't know, iPad Pro. I take all my notes for work on this with the Apple Pencil, which is amazing. So my life is almost all digital, which I love. So this has to go with me on the plane or to work. I do have the keyboard case. This isn't on it right now, but I did have the keyboard case with me when I flew. So now that the laptop and iPad are out, it's a lot lighter. Now this sleeve held both the 10-inch iPad and the 13-inch laptop. I have a 15-inch Mac. It fits not in the laptop sleeve, but it fits in the center compartment here. But it's so big, it really goes end to end on the top, which means when it's in there, it's really kind of cuts the bag in half. I'm trying to do that, but you know it's reversed. It's it's difficult this way, but it kind of goes like this. So you have a lot of space behind it that you can't get to, and then limited space in the front. So I don't think it really is going to work very well for anything larger than a 13-inch laptop. Really depends on what else you have in there. I also took with me, I'm sorry, this is so challenging. What a mess of a video, but I hope you will find it useful. So I did, maybe I'll just pull stuff out. Glasses, water bottle, clean canteen, love this little guy. Then my tech pouch with a bunch of crap in it. And then, now we can get a better look. And then I had on the very bottom with everything on top, a Ziploc bag with a bunch of masks in it and some antibacterial wipes. Under the way, they were out of the way. Then there's a key leash, which I love. So I had my keys just attached to that the whole time I was away, and luckily remembered, since I didn't carry this on the plane on the way back, because I bought a different bag. You can see that Saint Laurent Rive Gauche tote unboxing, but I took that instead. So thankfully, I remembered to take the keys off, but I always carry a spare key in here, and this goes in every bag I use just in case. Then there are, so you have the laptop sleeve here, and then you have the key leash, and then on the front of the laptop sleeve, so on the back of the bag, you have 3 slip pouches here. I have the biggest iPhone, which I have in the zipper pocket, so this is the 12 Pro Max or whatever they're calling it. It really doesn't work well in any of these slip pockets in here. It just sticks out. So I did put it in the front zipper pocket, and had my passport in there, my boarding pass and all of that. Let me just, sorry, I didn't realize this was going to be, I hope this isn't deterring you from this bag, because it is wonderful, but it's pretty hard to hold up with all of this stuff going on over here to really show you inside. But you have a thinner slip pocket in the middle that would be great for pens, and then 2 larger ones on the right and left side. I have a wallet in one of them, and then in the other one I have a microfiber cloth. And then on the back, yeah, so that's the back with the laptop sleeve and the slip pockets. Then on the front, you have a large zip pocket here. And like I said, I have my passport in a passport holder. I put my phone in there. I put my passport, my boarding passes, my um, attestation that I didn't have COVID symptoms in there. So it was really easy to get to. And this side also has 3 zip pockets. In this one here, I have a bunch of lip balms in there. In this, actually in this one, my lip balms are. And then in this one, I have my AirPods. So really easy to get to. And then I didn't use the center pocket. These 3 pockets are all the same size. So inside, it's got the laptop tablet sleeve, the zipper pocket, and then 6 other little felt pockets in there. And what I also love about Senreve is they use the same color interiors. It's like a light grayish blue for all of their bags. So it's really easy to see things in there, which I think is really important. I don't like when an inside of a bag is so dark that it makes it hard to see everything. And the material is really nice. It's really soft. So it was just really such a fantastic bag. And then on these zippers, they actually attach with buttons in here, each side. I'm trying to get it so you can see that. But this clips in with a button. So when you unbutton those, it actually allows you to even make the opening wider. I didn't have any issues with the buttons coming undone inadvertently. I did on the mini Maestra, which I'll talk about when I review that. But I do like that feature. The buttons did stay clip close on this one. So all in all, it was such a great experience using this as a work bag. I did take it to the office once before my trip and as a carry-on on the flight. Yes, it's a heavier bag, even when it's empty. It's 3 pounds, so you know, not the lightest of bags, but I really think the function and just the way it does close up really made me feel that my stuff was really secure. Between the zipper and the flap, no one's getting in there. Nothing is getting out. You can also, I do want to add, which I would never do this, you can detach the straps and carry it by the handle, or you can just carry it by the handle with the straps. But you can also pull the straps down, and I would never do this. I hate backpacks. But, and I think, I don't know that it would necessarily look good on a guy to do this, but you can pull those in and use this as a backpack, which, you know, could come in handy if your shoulder is really tired and you want to give it a rest and distribute the weight equally. I will add that there is a back pocket on here as well. Here's my phone. It's not the greatest pocket for a phone. You can see it sticks out. I would be worried if I put my phone in there that it's gonna like warp the leather and then I'm gonna have this permanent kind of sagginess here. So I'll never use it for that. But it did come in handy on the smaller one, the mini one. When we did a river cruise on the Seine, and I had little printed out tickets and I put them right in that pocket. So it was really handy when the ticket agent came through. One thing I will add, and I brought a prop kind of for this piece of it, is these holes are so freaking tight. It takes brute strength to unbuckle them and brute strength to buckle them. If you're gonna use it in like 1 or 2 different settings and you change it frequently, they do loosen up and they're much easier to get in and out of. But what I did initially, and some of you might cringe at this, is I have pens, these pens, and they've got like a metal, they're metal and plastic, and I literally would just, when I was trying to figure out which size, I would literally jam the pen into the hole and twist like that until the pen came through like that, and then it widened the hole enough for me to easily attach it. But I did see other videos where people just simply gave up on adjusting it. Don't give up. They will become easier over time. And then last thing I will add is there are 5 feet on here. It always makes me laugh when bags have feet on them and reviewers are like, oh, there's feet. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a saggy bottom bag. So when you set it on the ground, everything but the 5 feet is still touching the ground. This is a firm bottom. So when you set it on the ground, the only thing touching the ground is going to be these 5 feet, which I really love because it's just going to keep the bag nicer. I did get something on it. There was a mark up here. I don't know where it came from, but I just used a magic eraser and wiped it off. So I think this is really durable. I also can't really tell the difference between the vegan leather and the original leather. Regular leather. This is regular leather. This is vegan. I really can't tell the difference. So they did a really good job on this. It is sturdy. It is structured. It was just the best carry-on bag I've ever used, and it's probably going to be my go-to work bag as well because of the organization and the different ways you can carry it. Anyway, I feel like I've rambled on enough, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, and I wish all of you a wonderful day and great weekend.